Now, I know we've probably already selected a certain candidate of a person we want to take down Michael Myers at the end of Halloween Ends, but are the filmmakers already setting up this character to be the final executioner? Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Hey man.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing now.
We're gonna get you. Oh, not on the beat!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes dead is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today I have a big ol' theory on Halloween Ends on who I think is ultimately going to be the one to take down Michael Myers at the end of Halloween Ends. It is the end of the Halloween storyline according to the title, so I'm thinking Michael Myers dies. I have a little rant about that coming up, but first I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content and updates on all your favorite horror movies coming up. So, getting into this, like I said at the beginning, you might already have someone in mind that you want to ultimately take down Michael Myers. Or maybe you're someone who doesn't want Michael Myers to die. Maybe you're one of those people who roots for Michael Myers. Honestly, I don't blame you. Some of these characters are annoying in some of these sequels, so there are definitely a lot of times to be justified in that. But if you're someone who wants to see Michael Myers die at the end of Halloween Ends, you've probably already thought about certain people that are part of this timeline that could do it. Laurie Strode, for obvious reasons. Allison has had a lot taken away from her that Michael Myers is kind of the ultimate culprit of. So for her to take him down would make a lot of sense. Maybe a zombified Ben Tramer, for example, who's seeking revenge for getting murdered for absolutely no reason besides the fact that he kind of looked like Michael Myers in his costume. But I think the franchise is already setting up this certain character to be the ultimate executioner of Michael Myers. I think that's Officer Hawkins. Now, there are multiple things that happen in the last film, Halloween Kills, that would make a lot of sense to support my point here. The opening scene, for example, of Halloween Kills is literally a big reveal that Officer Hawkins is still alive, even after getting attacked by Dr. Sartain. He's found by the kind of shitty boyfriend, Cameron Elam, who kind of redeems himself throughout the course of this new movie, kind of. I'm still on the fence about the character, about how I feel about him, but yeah, that's it, kind of. I'm like a meh. He's a meh to me. But we get this reveal that Officer Hawkins is still alive at the opening of Halloween Kills. Now, that's a big deal because myself included, I thought he was dead leaving the theater of Halloween 2018, and I actually really like that actor, Will Patton. He's great in the role. But now that he's back, it makes me question, now that this is kind of his second chance, is he going to have a chance to take down Michael in Halloween Ends? Because he was kind of bedridden this entire movie. Another thing is when we get to these 70s flashbacks, which are really cool, which is nearly the next scene, you can take these at face value and say, hey, it was really cool that they recreated the same mask from the 1978 film. Like, they have all these shots with the original version of Michael. That's sweet. Oh my God, this is awesome. And guess what? We even get this character that with the makeup, the practical effects and all that, looks exactly like Dr. Loomis from that original film. Oh my God, it looks so good. Like the recreation of this 78 set and the feel is just phenomenal and done so well in Halloween Kills. But one of the biggest focuses of the flashback scenes is the fact that we have this major focus on Hawkins and his partner that he unfortunately fatally shoots by accident, which it's this tragic backstory they're setting up, and it's all because of Michael once again. And the biggest thing about the flashbacks is that he stops Michael's death. He actually raises up the gun when Dr. Loomis is going to shoot him in the head, and then he misses. Michael gets taken to the jail. You've heard this story a million times. So he feels this guilt about everything that has happened on Halloween night in 2018, like almost that it's his fault. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. He was trying to stop Dr. Loomis from crazily murdering someone on the ground, guilty or not guilty, whatever. I understand where he was coming from. But yes, he does feel some kind of guilt about that. There's that question of morality that we've seen in a lot of really well done films. For example, like if you've ever seen Batman Under the Red Hood, the whole question of morality there is, should they kill the Joker or should they leave him alive? Like, are we just as bad as the Joker for killing him? Or is it going to stop crime in Gotham ultimately if we do end up killing him? So it's that question of morality we kind of see here done actually pretty well at the beginning of Halloween Kills, but it's also another reason for why I think Hawkins should ultimately be the one to take him down. My third point, though, is probably the most poignant. We get Laurie Strode in the hospital after she finds out that Michael is still alive. Her stomach is all barely stapled together and kind of ripping apart. She's trying to leave to ultimately take down Michael. And she even has this line to Karen where she says something along the lines of, like, I don't care if he takes me down. I have to kill him because he's after me. Hawkins clarifies this in this scene and says, no, that's not Michael's motive was not ultimately to kill you. The only reason he made it to your house that night was because of Dr. Sartain driving him to you and delivering him like a really shitty pizza. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole point of these entire movies, I think, is to kind of clean up Michael's motive. He's not just after Laurie Strode. He's just kind of a psychopath who kills and goes home, which is very clearly clarified in these two films. And I think that also kind of drives a point home of why I think Laurie Strode shouldn't be the one to ultimately kill him, because it's not all about Laurie. And what's the most interesting thing about her character is that she thinks that, and it's the trauma of the character that would lead you to believe that Michael was always after Laurie. There's a lot of things set up in the sequels about how, like, oh, it was always Michael versus Laurie, and then that's why he's going after, like, her bloodline and all this. The Thorne trilogy is an absolute mess, but, you know, some of them are fun. That's how I feel about it is I don't want this timeline to be entirely about Laurie. We've seen that done so many times, and the fact that they're kind of getting away from it while also making fun of the past is a really interesting new direction that David Gordon Green has taken with his trilogy. I really enjoy it. I really think it's interesting. It's a really good commentary, not just on the past Halloween flicks, but also something to explore moving forward in a totally different direction than we've ever seen. So I don't think Laurie Strode should be the one to ultimately take him down. If Michael does die in Halloween Ends, I almost think Hawkins is the best candidate here. You could also make the argument that Allison should be the one to take down Michael Myers because of everything he's kind of ripped away from her at this point. Both of her parents in one night. That sucks, man. And nearly killing her grandma as well. Like, I can 100% see that happening as well, but there's so many little clues, so many little, like, hidden details about Hawkins' character that happens in Halloween Kills that would really support this. Another thing I want to drive home real quick is I really don't think that this is going to be a sweet ending. It's not going to be that 100% happy, oh man, a rainbow just formed in the sky over Haddonfield and all the dark clouds clear up. Oh no, this is going to be a very, very bittersweet ending. It is going to be an ending, but not the sweet one that you think maybe our characters deserve. No, with everything they're setting up, it's gotta be bittersweet. I think Michael's gonna die, but Hawkins is going to die as well. Laurie also might die, which might be upsetting, but I think as long as it's not done in the way that they did it in Resurrection, I'll be happy with it. As long as she's not like an opening kill for some reason, then I'm okay with it. If Laurie dies, ultimately trying to take down Michael, I feel like that would make a lot of sense with the character, and it would actually, if they do it well, it could be an interesting new direction. Another thing I want to bring up is that John Carpenter has outwardly said that he's kind of upset with the ending and that he feels that, like, wow, they just really wanted to end the franchise with this movie. And also Jamie Lee Curtis has had some stuff talking about how people are going to hate the ending. She's been quoted saying that. I feel like there's no way that this is going to be that sweet ending. You're not going to get these people behind the scenes saying stuff like this if it's going to be this super positive, Michael Myers is dead and we're a family now, this is all great. No. No, I think it's going to start happy, but it's going to ultimately end bittersweet. That's the only way I can see this movie ending one way or another. If Michael lives, if Michael dies, it's not going to be a happy, everything's cleaned up real nice and neat. Absolutely not. But what do you guys think? Do you think Michael Myers will die at the end of Halloween Ends? And do you think Hawkins will be the one to ultimately take him down? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this new video on Halloween Ends. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Please consider supporting me on Patreon if you want to see an extra video every week and even some really cool merch. The link for that will be in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.